So this is probably gonna be a pretty short video because I'm kind of racing daylight here. So we cut yesterday. Actually, so today's what? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. We cut Sunday night and last night. We were not supposed to get any rain the entire week. It was supposed to be smooth sailing for hay. And then at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, got some pretty dark skies over where I work, which is an hour north of the field here. Checked the weather forecast, and sure enough, rainstorm coming. So I flew down here after work. TJ was already mowing. We got this field mowed, and that field there on the other side of the field, the other side of the brush line, he finished up. Got all that mowed, and it got absolutely downpoured on. So I started trying to ted it after the rainstorm went by, only for it to get rained on again. And wouldn't you know it, as my luck goes, we sheared the roll pin that locks this wheel in the forward position. And by doing that, it was able to drop down low enough for the gear to disengage. And then it came out of time because this wasn't spinning any longer. So then that star and that star were hitting it. So I've already got the bearing knocked out over there. I got the little coupler right there on the ground. So what I got to do right now is pull this wheel out, the whole axle assembly, so that I can drop this little gear in there. I got to drop that so I can pull the gear out from the bottom, and then this roll pin right here is what's sheared. So half of it is in here, the other half is in the axle shaft for this wheel. So I gotta do that. TJ was just here, he just left to go grab the hay rake, because the plan is, this is all pretty thin. It looked thick as hell when we mowed it, but it's actually quite thin. And so we're gonna rake it all up tomorrow and bale it and wrap it. And of course we got rain coming Thursday, so we're kind of racing the weather, of course. What we did notice with some of this hay here, unfortunately, is as it was coming up, we thought it was the timothy and the orchard grass, but it was actually fall panicum, a lot of it, and there's a lot of foxtail in there too. Now, we've asked a bunch of my friends that farm and a couple of Facebook pages that we belong to, and I guess if you cut fall panicum in the early stages, it's all right to feed out. It can be toxic if you let it, you get it in the later stages and you try to bale it. It can be toxic to mainly horses. I feel like goats and cows will eat anything, but mainly horses, so that sucks. We're hoping by cutting it before it's seeded out that, it's an annual grass, so I'm hoping it won't come back next year, and then our timothy and orchard can kind of take over. But we are talking about, spraying this in the spring, putting a pre-emergent down or something, and then we'll have to okay that with the town, of course, because I don't think they want us spraying in here anyway. But spraying something to kill off all the weeds in here if we can. It's kind of hard because I feel like it's probably going to take the grass out too. But and then having someone come in with a no-till drill and drill in some more grass seed. It's kind of worst case scenario, but we'll see how it comes up after this gets taken off. We're kind of hoping that once this is gone, it won't be choking out the orchard and timothy anymore. So we'll see how that works out, but I'm gonna keep jumping on this because I'm racing daylight here. So hopefully we get this thing back in action for tomorrow. I mean, ideally, if we got it together tonight, that would be perfect, because then I could hit this one more time with the tedder and go hit that field over there. And then hopefully that'll let it dry down enough to... Ideally, we could probably bale this like today. Usually last year we would You know, in years past, I should say, we mow it one day and then bale it the next and wrap it, you know, that same day. But this fall panicum, I'm told that it doesn't like to dry down very much, so I think it's probably in our best interest to ted it and let it get some air all around it and dry down that way, and hopefully make some good silage bales out of it. But short video today, but thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Well, roller went out on the baler. Another kick in the balls, just hits keep coming. We'd get the core made over there, and then it would just start smoking the belts, and turned out that roller was shot. So we're gonna go back to his place, see if we can pull, there's actually 2 bearings on either side. We're gonna see if we can pull these bearings out. And there's a really good bearing guy up by where I work, so I'm gonna see if he can match them up, and then maybe we'll luck out, he'll have them in stock, because he has crazy stuff in stock. And then maybe we can slap it back together. But he did run the rake over it. I mean, I'm parked on one of the windrows right now, but he did run the rake over this, the rotary rake behind the John Deere there. You can't see it. It actually works pretty well. It's first year with it. Obviously didn't ted this because the tedder is still down. This is actually the next day. I should have mentioned that, but yeah, so we got rain coming tomorrow, but we're probably just gonna brush hog this field and cut our losses on it till we can get that done, and then go back and cut the other fields. Hay season is off to a rough start this year. This is his rotary rake someone gave to him. Thing works friggin' awesome. So it's gonna work out pretty well for us this year, assuming we can get some hay baled. So yeah, this video is kind of a mashup of the last 2 days, just breakdowns in the field, and of course there's not a whole lot of footage because we're working on the equipment, trying to get it all put back together. So like I said in that last video, I was kind of rushing through it because I was trying to get cleaned up and whatnot. Yes, TJ went to go bale. He had gone and raked up all the loose hay this morning because that tedder was trash. So we pulled the canvas off the rake and tried to kind of fluff it with that, which I guess worked halfway decently. Came back today, made 2 passes with the rake with the canvas down to windrow everything, and the first bale that went through, he said it would bale up the soft core of the bale, and then as soon as he started getting a good amount of tension on it, the belt started smoking, and he couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Sure enough, he climbed up on top of the baler, that tensioner roller that keeps tension on the belts as the bale increases in size, that was locked up. I don't know how, because last year it ran fine, no problems. He keeps it in the shed all winter, so it's covered, and he had it running, you know, last couple days, going through it to make sure it was ready to go. No problems, everything was spinning freely, all the rollers spun, and I guess all it needed was just the tension on it once we got hay in the chamber, and that's all you need to lock up, I guess. So like I said, we're heading to his shop right now. We're going to try to pull the bearings out. I'll see if I can match something up tomorrow. If we do, then I'll come down here and throw it together. But we have a huge rainstorm coming tomorrow. So I think what we have on the ground is probably just going to get brush hogged, because it's been rained on like twice now, because it got rained on yesterday too. So all these freak rainstorms coming out of nowhere. So I don't know what we're gonna do. And because there's some weeds in the grass that in the fields that are still up, we obviously don't want that to go to seed, and it's not there yet, but it will be soon. So if we can't get it cut and baled soon, we're just gonna have to brush hog all the fields off so that those weeds don't go to seed, and then we're dealing with this next year. Because, you know, foxtail, fall panicum, I don't know about ragweed, but foxtail and fall panicum are all annual weeds. So if you can get rid of them before they go to seed, they won't come back up next year. So hopefully we'll have cleaner fields. The other thing too is we don't want to leave, you know, we want to give the orchard grass and Timothy a fighting chance that's down there. There is a couple, you know, there's a decent stand looking there, or there's a decent amount there. It's just, it's short. So if we can get all the weeds off the field, then that'll help it out. And I think, like I had said before too, we're probably going to, there's a guy over in Westport, like 20 minutes away. He does custom no-till seeding, drilling. So he drilled all of Escobar's hayfields this past spring. So I think we're going to see if he wants to come out and do these fields probably, I don't know, probably in the spring, I would imagine, after we do a pre-emergent herbicide to kind of kill off whatever's left. That's the plan, at least. I'm hoping that, like, I was hoping that the grass there, I don't know what we can use that won't kill the grass off, but it'll kill the weeds. I would imagine whatever we put down is going to kill off everything that's there, because panicum and foxtail is a grass, so it's going to kill that off, along with probably the orchard and Timothy, which is kind of kicking the balls because we spent whatever on seed. But so yeah, that's a lot of talk in this video, and it was supposed to be a short one, but it's going to be kind of like a mix, you know, mosh posh, breakdowns the last 2 days. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.